Welcome back, Lifers. It's your fam, Natalie
and Nicole.
and today is Motivational Monday. I don't know why I said this. Your fam, Natalie and Nicole. I know. Hey, y'all.
Ooh. And me, I never bought my guitar. Oh wow, I had a whole mask up here.
Didn't you know?
Didn't even know it.
How y'all doing? How was your weekend? My weekend was pretty good. I went and seen Batman. It's a long movie, y'all.
My weekend was okay. I don't know what I did Saturday.
Like I said.
I don't think so. I don't know what Jordan and I did Saturday. I can't remember. But Sunday we did go and laid Aunt Sam to rest. And
We went to El Marachi's on Saturday.
no, we went to La Palma because El Marachi
was packed.
I think they was having a live band.
You know that, yeah.
And it's a club right over there.
I didn't know that.
Over there, like right by La Palma. But La Palma was great. It's a
oxtails. Yeah, I've never had it, but they look so good.
It's a Dominican Caribbean restaurant.
Oxtails?
Yeah, I had it from
They
Dixon's
good.
in
Can you bring me some one day?
Burlington. They in Burlington. They close before I get off.
Okay, have it delivered to your job, and I can just warm it up when I get.
So she wanted me to bring her oxtails, but was complaining when I asked for a piece of watermelon.
But I gave it to her though, 3 pieces at that.
The little pieces, and one of them wasn't even sweet.
Anywho, how y'all doing?
Right.
How you doing? How is your mental? And have you been kind to yourself? How are you doing?
I am doing well. I'm a little sleepy because I've been up since like 7:30.
Me too. But I've been napping. I'm doing pretty good. I had to have a conversation with myself. Am I wanting to progress because I want it, or am I wanting to progress because my twin is going for this position as well? I had to have that conversation with myself. It's because I want it.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
Because to be honest, I would not be going for what I'm going for now if it wasn't for Natalie. Because I would still be in the same tired company, doing the same tired thing, getting the same tired pay, coming home being unfulfilled.
Yeah.
And thank God to Heather and Natalie for talking me into, because it's crazy when you have a stranger, because Heather was a stranger to me. She was Natalie's manager, but a stranger to me. But every time I come in, hey, you gonna apply? I'm like, no, I'm still sticking where I'm at. And then
Yeah.
so 6 years later,
Almost 8 years later for me, and I'm here and I'm ready to take the next step, and I'm excited for it. So when we went to Michael's today to get planners,
oh, we got a good deal. High five.
That was horrible.
Okay.
That was alright. Well, when we went to Michael's to get planners, and yeah, the planners was like $27.99, but we got it for $8.40. But even what really solidified it with me was, number one, okay, my interview the file got corrupted, so I was just a little down, and then I was like, nope, everything is not the devil, y'all. It's not. Everything is not meant to be against you. So I really think it was just technology. We all know how technology can be wonky. So I said, you know what? I just have to do the interview again with Michelle, which I'm excited for. And then it's this week. Hey. And then when I had got the planner, I was sitting there and I was thinking, and I was just thinking of all different things, like, okay, looking at the schedule event for the Coliseum to see when are they having certain types of acts to come, because certain people will not generate us business on like they come on a Saturday night. They country, not shading nobody,
right?
But it depends on who you are.
Right.
Like, I know for a fact, like, if DC Young Fly and them come, 85 South Show come, or if they have a 90s R&B concert, any type of concert that has to deal with African Americans, I already know that we're going to be busy that day, that night, because it's only typically 2 places you can get stuff from. And so I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about, okay, all the things I can look up, because if I can see where there could be an influx of business, I can give it to the store manager, and I can I can even email Liz Snyder myself. And it's just so much that you can do, and that right there, just by you already know we like structure. I like things. I like to have a plan A, B, C, and D, and I really do. And a lot of somebody had asked me before. D was like, "Why you gotta have a plan? You know, you don't need all that." Yes, I do. I need to know, like, if this doesn't go this way, I at least have backup plans in place or whatever. So, anyways, getting the planner.
Say it, do not say it, sister.
Getting a planner will obviously, of course, help me be structured. Like, I already have notes when I'm at work, to-do list when I'm at work. I make my own to-do list, and I even save a to-do list, and I have the people like working on the to-do list as well, so that way they are looking towards it, and they know where to look to find it, whatever. Anyway, structure and organization is key, not only in your personal life, but your work life as well. I'm telling you, when you have organization, like, of course, the bottom may fall out one day, but I'll take the bottom fall out one day out of a month than every single day that I work.
Yes.
So anyways, went to Michael and found a good deal, but that right there just made me, I was just sitting and I was like, yes, Natalie, you're going to do this. You're going to do this, and you're going to sit there. You're going to be receptive of the information that you get. You are going to have to isolate yourself. That's me. Because, and let me tell you why. There's books we have to read. There's things that we have to learn. And I cannot learn this myself if I'm still having my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok still up. I need to just go ahead and delete those. Delete the app off my phone. Not delete my page or whatever, still have my page. But just to give myself some, I need to, I keep saying this thing, I dare you to give yourself 60 days to work on yourself. I dare myself to put my all into this dream, into this next phase. I prayed about it. I am still praying about it. We talked about getting on our knees and actually praying and letting it be an intentional prayer and not using God just for your convenience. So I am, and this is when all talking on what we was talking about. But yeah, so anyways, isolation, sometimes your growth requires isolation, and I feel like God is just speaking to me and saying, look, you have allowed yourself to be distracted. It's time to take those distractions away. Either you take those distractions away, or I won't bless you in the way that you need to be blessed. So I want to take those distractions away, because God has already blessed me. He's still in the blessing business, and I know this. So I am taking those distractions away so I can give myself, if I can sit here and scroll TikTok for 4 hours in total in a day, and trust me, y'all understand how much those hours do add up when you're sitting there scrolling. If you can do that, you can at least spend 30 minutes reading your book for work, 30 minutes studying the word, 15 minutes giving him prayer. It's so much that you can do. Anyway, so sometimes, y'all, growth requires your isolation. If people don't understand it, that's on them. And like I put in this Facebook post, your journey may not require an audience, and that's perfectly okay. Move in silence, and then when you come back on the field, then like, how did you do that? What was your secret? And there was no secret. You just did what needed to be done. Anyways, okay.
She had to get that off her chest.
I did.
Somebody need to hear it.
Somebody really had to get it. Like I said, it's just that video from Monday just really got me. Like, it was so true. Like, the importance of prayer. Like, and the only reason why we did that video, because you're the one who actually was like, let's talk about this. And it's true. It's so true that we're praying for things, and then we're not doing the work that needs to be done, or then once we get it, we stop praying, like you said.
Well, speaking of prayer, I had went to Ollie's today and got me a Bible, y'all.
Oh, you found one?
Yes, it was only $19.99. It's a decent size. It has the tabs. And I didn't accidentally, because to me that was exactly what I needed to see. When I opened the Bible, like the first scripture, I was reading. I was like, this is in terms I can understand. So I flipped it open and went to Genesis, and it's literally broken down into terms I get.
Why didn't you get me one?
I should have. I mean, I didn't even know I shouldn't have. You didn't ask. But yeah.
You're right.
Because I was looking for the planner when we got there.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the kind of planner I would like to get. So no. They had like those.
The one at Michael's is the one you needed, though, right?
Yeah.
The one that had it. It was like the purse planners.
Yes,
girl.
Yes,
I didn't like it. I was so they're so small.
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
They didn't have a bigger Bible, but I think that this is a very good size because I can literally put it in my purse.
Okay.
It fits inside my purse.
You gotta let me see how it looks.
I will kind of in the car. It'll fit inside my purse. And like I said, it's in terms I can understand. Because right now I'm reading Romans. And I think I talked about that last video. I'm reading Romans. And yesterday, Pastor spoke on Romans. And I was like, God. And it just, I'm so thankful that I got that. So everything I had on my list to get, except for Olay, because I didn't give me some Olay, but that's beside the point. I got it. The planner and the Bible. Those are my most two things I wanted to get.
Because I'm thinking, I don't have any specific thing to start reading.
I just, you know what I did?
I think Romans is good.
Yeah. I just opened my Bible app and I was scrolling and I hit Romans. And I was like,
just whatever it stopped on.
Yep, and I did like that because I'm not a traditional Bible reader. I don't read from the first to the beginning, the first to the end. I will jump around. Wherever God leads me to go is where I will go. I will jump around. And so I landed on Romans.
Okay, God, I see you moving.
Okay.
I do, and I'm so thankful.
And I do have like I was writing on paper, but now I got my Bible. I can write my little notes on the side or whatever. Because when I read a chapter, I write at the end of that chapter. I write my interpretation of what I read. So
I need to get back to journaling. I miss journaling. Great way to get all your feelings out.
Yeah,
and it was a great way to, like I said, I have journals.
Yeah,
but I don't see why I can't. Like I said, study the word for 30 minutes or however long he puts it on me to study, and then in my journal, I don't see why I can't write what I read, how I interpret it, and then just my feelings of the whole day in general.
Yeah,
I think that would be a great. Yeah. Okay.
See, with the journaling, the one I had, I think I put too much
the one we did for the
pressure on myself.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like I was forcing myself to do it, like schoolwork. Like, okay, Nicole, your homework is due on Friday at 3 p.m. So you gotta get done. Homework being me reading this Bible and journaling. Yeah. And that took the fun out of it for me. Cause
reading the word should be fun.
It is fun.
It should
You're
be.
learning the word.
Absolutely.
You're realizing how this word is applied to your life.
Yeah.
And in the midst, you're like, well, I'm gonna read for 30 minutes, I'm praying for 15. Sometime, y'all, in the midst, of me reading, I could be whole in the middle of a scripture. And I will just start praying right then and there because it hits me like whatever is being said in this scripture, God has already applied it to my life. And now I'm just thanking him for applying it to my life. And it talks about us being slave in Romans 8. Romans 8 is talking about how we cannot be slave to sin and slave to God. And being slave does not mean, whips and chains. No, you can't be bound by sin and be bound by God. Like both of them are going to cancel each other out. So it's either or. Either you're going to live in sin and do sin, or you're going to be bound by God and live by his word. And I remember when I was living in sin and bound by sin, bound by the things in my head with thoughts of my flesh and all this kind of stuff, and expecting to be blessed. And then God will still bless you when you're not fully turned to him. But the blessings that are magnified when you completely give your life to God, it's something so much bigger. And I think that, that was for me. I had to realize that, and I wish church people would tell people in Sunday school or in church on Sundays that just because you sin does not mean God doesn't love you. Doesn't mean God isn't blessing you. Doesn't mean that you're going to hell. Doesn't mean that you'll never get your life right. Doesn't mean that God is overlooking you. It does not mean that. It just means that he's blessing you, but it's just on a smaller scale because he knows your greatness. He's waiting for you to completely give your life over to him. So he can completely bless you the way you deserve to be blessed. And I had to
That's
learn
what
myself.
scared me about church. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. And you're like, golly. So it's like I'm living my life in fear of God. Like,
so
I want to live my life in love of God. I want to live my life in knowing that I can count on Him no matter what I'm going through, no matter what I have done, in spite of me getting in my own way. I want to know that I have His love, I have His grace, I have His mercy. But when you sit there and you're like, y'all don't understand.
Oh, you're gay, you're going to hell.
Y'all don't understand how much that turns people away. It turns people not only away from church, because church is just a brick and mortar. It's just a building.
Exactly,
okay?
yep.
It turns them away from God.
From the
being.
word. Yep.
It turns them away from Him. And I don't think y'all understand how much that hurts. That hurts, because I'm like, and then you force them to go to church. You know, you force them, and it's like, okay, am I going for myself or am I going for you? Oh, I didn't see you at church this Sunday. I'm okay.
Right.
You don't know what I've done on this. Okay, God is in me. Okay, I don't have to go to brick and mortar to praise and worship Him. I don't. I do not have to. But I do have a church family, though.
I don't have to go to church every Sunday, but and Mama was telling me that, and I totally agree with her. You don't have to go every Sunday, but you do need to show your face. Like, you do need to make it a mission to attend church, because I can read the Word of God, I can see the Word of God on the TV screen or hear it on the radio, but it is just something about being in that building, being surrounded by nothing but people of God, people who love God, who is willing to worship God, who is not embarrassed to worship God. That does something to my spirit. It's like, no joke, sometimes I have went to church and I felt so heavy, but as soon as I turned onto Blackburn Road, it's like you can feel the anxiety coming up off of you, and then
sometimes it can be overwhelming because it is coming up, but you need to purge yourself from that anxiety.
So you're like, oh my God, and you finally turn to the parking lot, and then you get on church grounds, and then for me it was Deacon Bobby, who was always there, who's waiting as soon as we get out the car for a hug.
There go my girls.
Open. Yep. And Mama Dean is sitting like that right there is what I need. So it isn't always just about it is about the word, but I need to be around people who love the word as much as I love the word, or who love the word more than I love the word, so I can learn from them.
Yes.
So this ties into what we're talking about today: communication. How you communicate. You know, Did you see that? Was it a child? Was that a child? I was like, I thought it was stripping. I'm like, I don't know. I hope that was a child, because that was
most of us can't be saying
okay.
Come on now.
So, how you communicate, and how to. It's not only how you communicate, but changing the audience. You know, you have to change your communication when you have different audiences. Just like with you can't go up to somebody. I mean, you shouldn't do it, period. But in the church, of course, they go, oh, you're going to hell if you this, you saying that. But you can't go to a complete stranger, or say you're on a board meeting and somebody's doing something that you like, you're going to hell. And guess what? You're out of a job. Okay? they're potentially going to hell, but you're potentially going to unemployment line. Okay. Because you're out of a job. So, and I'm learning that one of the things that we are doing for this promotion, we had to do an IDP. And IDP is individual developmental plan. So we had to pick one thing that we wanted to work on. And I was reading this stuff. I was going to pick the financial one because it is something that, as far as like the financial report, did you print that off?
What?
The mock one?
The mock IDP?
No, mock financial report.
No, I didn't know they had one.
Girl, they got a whole job.
I know you told me that.
It's like 8 pages.
Travis did a.
Yeah, he did a video, but this what I'm saying, it's a whole. It's in paper form. It's 8 pages in front and back. So I think it was 4 or 5 pages.
You print it out?
Yeah, I printed it out, and
it goes. I need
it gives you a mock financial statement, and it breaks it down. I was like, yes. But anyway, I was going to pick the financial because when it comes to all the other reports, I feel like I'm good at. But I read the communicates effectively, and just some things, and I said, well, this is me. Just some things that I could work on. Like, I dominate the discussion at work, at least. Here, and Natalie normally dominates because she cuts me off. But at work, I dominate the discussion. If like we're having a meeting, you can probably count, you can count on me having something to say. And I realize that sometimes my delivery may come off a little too strong, and it causes people not to want to put their input in when they're supposed to. I don't want, not make them scared, because I don't think I make anybody scared.
What is it? I think, trying to think of the word. Not scared, but intimidate.
Yes, it intimidates somebody to not want to give their input. When their input, whether we go by what I'm saying or by what you're saying, anybody's input is needed. And I was like, okay, and I think I know I spend too much time trying to perfect my craft as far as, okay, when I going in a meeting, I have, if you ever been in a meeting with me, but if you were being in a meeting with me, I make packets for each meeting, and everybody gotta have their packet. And
me too.
Okay, but I think I need to focus on getting my message across clearly without the need for a lot of packets, a lot of paperwork.
But in your paperwork though, is it reports that you're showing them though?
Mm-hmm.
See, I think that's not a bad thing though.
No, and
it helps them to understand.
Reports though, and they just
okay.
Reports, man.
Okay, now that right there, because I had showed them like just the top 3, the top 10 wasted
and variance.
I just wanted them to see.
I do the total, the breakdown.
I need for them to see, like, hey, this is why we do units of measures and so on and so forth. And then what Michelle said was so true. The goal is 85%, not 87, not 92.
I know.
I said I did not look at it that way.
Yeah.
And I really did not.
Yeah.
So her way of communicating our DM, her way of communicating that right there to me, it put so much into perspective code that I had to send that to the management, and I was like, it's been drilled in our head, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That now we're trying to like branch out as a company, because we're now realizing like, yeah, we drilled this into their head, but while drilling that into their head, they have now taken the focus off TI-TIC.
Yeah.
So yes, I understand. So I don't think you said the same report. Is it that one or is it your plus more time? Which report do you think that every meeting that you show all the time?
All the time.
And they're not getting it.
The hot transfer report.
Okay. They're not using it?
No.
Okay,
and then we'll complain that
we were so busy.
I'm like, y'all
got the tools.
Use it.
So
it's
do you
right
do you print it out from them like when you come in?
No, we don't print it. It's third shift that prints it out.
Okay, okay.
And just like and if they're telling you at your store they do not do it, they don't know how to do it, that's a lie. Because we did on third shift.
Okay, then. Okay.
But so I had to change how.
So how you gonna change the delivery of that though?
Okay, so my plan is, because this is my IDP that I have to work on. My plan is to, I really need to sit down and see. First I'm going to tell my managers, hey, I do see the hard work that you put in, and I do, believe me, I do. When they tell me that they are busy, I've seen it on camera for myself. I've seen how I know. Yeah, I seen how I know we was talking.
We just got into this one.
I seen how it was only 3 of them, how the line was past Fifth City. Yeah, all them people in the sales floor, and they're just running, and not so strong people as they would like.
Yeah.
So I am gonna save them, because what I was telling my store manager is, when you constantly tell somebody what they're doing wrong and never what they're doing right, it discourages them.
Yeah.
So even if it's like I sent the message and they're gonna say, hey, when I walked in this morning, it was a Saturday morning, it's normally to a manager that doesn't get a lot of praise. I put it in a group chat so everybody can see it, not just her, but I want everybody to see me telling her, just like we all should be uplifting. I was like, hey, when I came in this building this morning, this store looked amazing. And I was like, I thank y'all for what y'all did, because without you, and like I tell all my people, without you, I can't do my job effectively. So I'm going to start off with some positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to come in and say, hey, I have noticed that that you guys are taking a little bit longer getting these orders out on this particular shift. So we have this report that we could utilize. Remember when we talked about this report? how many of you all, I feel like I'm really talking to my
Okay,
manager.
nah, seriously, go ahead,
Okay,
go.
I'm like, how many of you do remember that about the report that we talked about? How many of you do remember how to read the report? And then they're going to say yes or no. And then if they say yes, I'm like, okay, can you explain the report to me, please? Because if you can explain
the
me,
report to us.
Right.
Yeah.
If you can do that, then I know that you're able to read it, and then that goes on to progressive discipline, because that means that you're
why did
not, right
you?
now you're not doing
now I have
it.
more. Now I'm able to ask why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to read it to me and you get it incorrect, then I know, oh, okay, you need more training on how to read this report. And I try to make sure I keep up with that. Always constantly asking them, how is so and so doing on your shift? Is there anything I can do as far as being your assistant manager? Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That I can help them develop any skills needed in that certain area that I manage. Is there anything I can do? So what I would do is I would ask them to read the report. If they can't read the report, then I'm going to spend, my goal is to spend time. I want to teach 2 people how to, is that a kid?
I think so.
Something's going on outside. I want to at least teach 2 people how to read this report. And if I teach my age, but if I teach 2 soups how to do this, they can teach 2 other soups. But I don't have 2 great soups to teach that report to first. But I don't want to, and I think what I've been doing, it's not what I think I've been doing, what I know I've been doing, is I've been doing information overload.
Yeah.
And it gets to be, like you said, very intimidating. And it's just too much on one person. For me, I can deal with it. You can tell me something, I run with it.
Yeah.
But with other people, they can't do it. And
the
then
same way that you do.
the way I don't want to come to someone and say, well, I done showed you how to do this report and you didn't do it right. What's the issue? You told me that you knew how to do it. So I don't do that. But I just want to now. I know that I have to change my audience. Some people need a little bit more help than other people. We have to take a little bit more time. Some people can move quickly, but or they'll tell me that they got it and they can show me. But then as soon as they leave this meeting, it's forgotten about. So
that's when the progressive discipline happens.
Right. I need to just make sure that I am not only communicating effectively, but I'm also listening.
Yeah, my thing is this.
Effectively.
Sorry, my thing is this. Like you said, you could tell someone, like you could spend extra time with these people, with this supervisor or whomever, to help them get the knowledge that you're trying to pass on to them. But my thing is this. I think where I have an issue is, okay, we've done this like now 10 times. What happened?
A minute.
We've done this 10 times. When are you going to be receptive of the information I'm giving you? Because if I'm sitting here telling you, then I need for you to show me that, okay, look, I'm taking it seriously what she's saying. Let me go, hey, do you mind stopping? Let me go get someone to write this down. Okay, that's fine. But if I'm telling you like, hey, do you know, for instance, okay, just an example. Mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup that goes on the bottom. It's a bottom bun sauce, right? Yes, okay. And every often I see you putting it on the top. And I know that may seem so trivial, but you have to understand, when you work for a business, like let's say McDonald's. I don't work for McDonald's, whatever. But let's say you work for McDonald's and you go to the McDonald's on High Point on Gate City, okay? And you get your food this way. They're doing it the correct way. Then you go to the one on West Market and you realize that, where they're doing it different. It's the same franchise.
Yeah.
You're going to a different location, but you're wanting the same results.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to come like, I like the way you make my food, so I'm going to come to you. No. Yes. It's supposed to be the same across the board. So then I'm like, okay, well, when are you going to be receptive of what I'm trying to tell you? That's when I realized, like, and then that right there leads into another conversation. Progressive discipline. It does. Like, and we live in a corporate America where progressive discipline, it needs to happen. It's going to happen, y'all. It's going to happen. You have to learn not only how to communicate, but accept communication as well. Listen, like Nicole said. And sometimes you have to realize it's not them, it's you.
Yes.
Plain and simple. Yes. It's you. It's
like,
how you.
I know really got, okay, real quick, I have a minute. I know that it was me with the situation that I had with a employee that she came and she told me that, she didn't like the way I said something to her. And I was like, what? And then, you know, once I stepped back and realized it, it's just as simple as me would have turned around, looked her in her face and acknowledged her, and she would have probably felt differently. But I had to have a conversation with this employee, and I had to apologize because I never want anybody to feel like I don't care about them going through something or whatever the case may be. And I really had to step back. That's what made me come to this conversation about communicate effectively. So I'm still working on it. It's gonna take some time,
okay,
and that's fine with me.
Okay,
it's not gonna happen overnight.
It's not. Go ahead, you end this out.
All right, y'all. So we hope y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Got 15 seconds.
And hit the notification bell when your favorite twins have dropped this video. We love y'all. I hope y'all join us for Wellness Wednesday. We're gonna be getting on kids, communication with kids. So please join us. Until then, we love y'all.